What's up, guys? Today on FrugalBC, I'm going to respond to a watcher, a viewer who said that they wanted to know how staking works. So today we're going to dive into how staking cryptocurrencies actually works. What's up, guys? FrugalBC. Hey, before we get to our today's show, I'd really love it if you hit that like and subscribe button. Helps me grow the channel and tell more people about how to save money, invest more, and make money with cryptocurrency. So I had a viewer reach out to me and ask about if I could do a deep dive on staking and liquidity mining. Well, those are two very different things. And so I will talk about, I will do another video, I think, on liquidity mining, because I think that's a good thing to know too. As you may have known if you're following the channel, I have talked about how these things work a few times, more from how they work from a practical perspective, but what is staking and how does it work? So to start off with, basically, Bitcoin works on proof of work. So basically, you have a mining computers and they're solving mathematical equations by which they create these blocks called, and the chain of them is called the blockchain. And it's basically a ledger of all the transactions. And when they create those blocks, they get a reward for it. So the reward comes in more Bitcoin. So it seems like that. So that's like the basis of how cryptocurrencies worked. But I think people kind of figured out pretty early on that proof of work, which is what that's called, it's pretty energy intensive. And you've seen the debates, Elon Musk has talked about that. There's some counters to that. One of the big counters to that, I think, is the fact that cryptocurrency mining uses like 30% renewables, which is a higher percentage than just about any industry around. So you can take that to the bank, but that's not really important anyway, because proof of work is starting to become antiquated. Other than Bitcoin, it seems like most coins that are becoming popular now, they work on what's called proof of stake to validate coins. So how does that work? Well, and so in staking, what you're doing is you're taking a set of coins and you're locking them up into a staking pool or node, or however you want to put it. And that helps validate other tokens. So this helps create the blockchain block. So basically, instead of mining equipment, if you're Joe Schmo and you got like 20 Algorand, you just keep your Algorand in the wallet, and that is used to create new coins, and you get a reward for putting your coins in the pool, so to speak, for staking them. So it's a lot like mining, but you don't need the expensive computer cards and all the equipment and all the electricity. You literally just have it, most of the time you just have it in your wallet or stake to a platform, and then it makes new coins for you. So that's exciting. It also kind of works like interest for the user, effectively, I like to say. So one of my favorites, I think I've talked about it. I know I've done a bunch of videos on Algorand. It's one of my favorite, and right now it's earning about 6%. So my coins just sit in there and they're earning 6%. I don't have to do anything but leave them there. That's going to be changing, and I'll talk about that in a second. But for right now, the only thing I need to do is hold my coin in my wallet. So probably the easiest way for most people to start off with is right through a platform like Coinbase, or there are other decentralized platforms that also offer staking. There's actually quite a few that offer more staking options than Coinbase does, but Coinbase has a few, and it's a very popular platform, and it's how I started with Algorand and others. So that can be really useful, and sometimes you can stake them on there. You can stake them through holding it in your wallet, or sometimes you need to put it on a special platform. So I bought AMP, which is a kind of a newer cryptocurrency. It's very low valued right now. Probably a good time to buy into something like that. Not that this is investment advice, mind you, but if it was, it might not be a bad little thing to put a few bucks in. But that one I have to stake on the Flexa network to earn more. I haven't earned any coins yet, which is kind of funny because I have like 200 some coins. I haven't checked. I checked last weekend and I still hadn't earned any, so I don't know about that. So yeah, some you have to use special platforms. Some you can just hold in your wallet, and some you can do on centralized platforms like Coinbase. So there's a few different ways that staking can work. It can work by in a variable sense, where it awards more higher percentages to those staking higher amounts. And you'll probably know what that is because you'll see a bunch of pools forming where people kind of stake all their stuff together so they can get higher rewards. Others are fixed, like Algorand, it's just 5 to 6, it's like around 6%. You just get that. That's going to be changing, and I will talk about that in a second. But and of course, the types of coins vary too. So, you'll see like really established coins, and the rewards will be like 5 to 6%. There are others like Pancake Swap where their rewards are crazy high, but who knows what a pancake swap is? What's a pancake coin? Like, right? Like you don't see that really around anywhere. You don't see it on most of the exchanges. So, what is its real value or how long will it stick around? Well, who knows? So if you want to dive into these, if you do, and you don't have to, I don't even know if I would recommend it to most people, but if you dive into some of these, make sure you start with a small amount of money that you're okay with losing, because maybe you will. I don't know. Stuff like that, I always worry a little bit about. So which ones do I use? Well, I want to talk about the concept of easy versus hard, which doesn't sound like a really complicated concept, but what you're seeing with crypto a lot is some of these things are really easy to use and some aren't. The UX on a lot of these just really hasn't caught up yet, and it's software engineers designing this, so it might make sense to them, but it doesn't to me. So I have some basic coding skills, definitely not a software engineer, probably slightly above average in computer literacy, depending on, for my age group, I guess would probably be the best way to do it, say it. So with that in mind, if I can't figure out how to use your platform, and if I can't do it somewhat simply, I'm not going to use it, because if I can't use it, most other people probably can't use it, which means you're not going to get the kind of adoption that you're looking for. That's my thought. So I stick with stuff that I can basically figure out pretty quickly. So what am I using? Well, I'm using Cake DeFi. So DeFi uses the DeFi chain token, and the rewards are pretty high. It's pretty easy to use the platform. The one drawback is, again, DeFi chain. How many video channels do you even hear talking about it? Not that many. So, and you're earning, there's a few different things you can do, but the staking is strictly for the DeFi chain. And you're earning some money, but there's lending and some other stuff too. But you have to freeze it in order. So this one you have to actually freeze, which means you can't access it for a while. Others are more open where you can just pull it out. And the rewards are really high, so that's cool. The other one I use is Yieldy, which is some staking and some lottery. So it's not exactly totally staking, but that allows me to like stake algo, basically buy these tickets to earn Yieldy, and then I can stake the Yieldy to earn more Yieldy and more Algorand. So mostly I'm earning Yieldy, but also they have that airdrop. Excuse me. They have that airdrop, so now I'm up like $50 just from that. It's pretty nice of them to send you free coins. So that's the other thing. If you get involved with these early on, sometimes the places really reward you. So I want to talk a little bit about risk. That's the thing I'm going to finish on. Staking is pretty safe considering we're in the realm of crypto here. There are some potential issues, so you do have to be a little bit careful. Like say, you're getting these rewards, but what about the underlying price, right? So maybe you gained like $10 in staking rewards, but the price of your coin dropped in half. Well, you're still down even though you were gaining, but you didn't lose coins. So that's important. It's kind of like stocks. When the stocks are down, you have the same number of stocks. They're just worth less in that particular moment in time. So I think it's really, to make money in crypto, you should be less concerned about the price and more concerned about the accumulation of coins, because the price will change over time. But with most of the major coins, they're probably going to go up eventually, especially with Bitcoin. I mean, it's only becoming more scarce and becoming more adopted. So you're going to have these drops like this as the institutional actors get involved. But overall, over time, I really think it's going to go up. And I think that's going to be the case for a lot of the larger crypto altcoins also. So I think it's a good thing to have a bunch of them. And when the prices are down, you buy more. But otherwise, you can always dollar cost average over time to make more. So that's my deep dive into staking. I think I think staking is one of the great ways to earn money in crypto without doing a whole heck of a lot. It's fairly passive. Now, I mentioned Algorand before because they're about to change to a government from proof of stake to a governance protocol. And with the governance protocol, you're going to earn more, something like 15 to 30%, I believe they said. But you also have to participate and you have to vote on things. So it's not exactly passive, but it's still pretty passive compared to, like, say, doing a job. So I'm okay with that because the rewards are going to be great. If that really happens, I'm probably going to put a whole bunch of more money into Algo. I might take it out of some of my other ones. So I'm really bullish on Algo. I almost said bearish. I always get those mixed up. I'm really bullish on Algo. I think it's going to be a great coin. I like the project behind it. The fees are really low. You know, the guy who started Algo, one of the founders, is like the father of modern cryptography. So it's got pretty good backing. I'm a big fan, but yeah, just check your terms. Make sure you know what you're getting into before you get into these. And I'd really love it again if you'd hit that like and subscribe button. Otherwise, I will see you in the next episode of Frugal BC.